Mic check. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. It's Champs Corner kind of night, and it's not going to be a dull one. We thought we would have a day off going into the last Monday before we get some pads and smacking some footballs or throwing. You should have known better. You should have known better, okay? We got DJ Lagway having to get not only a bionic arm, but now looks like a bionic leg as well. We'll dive into that. Deshawn Johnson, we had an update on his situation. Obviously, he was arrested back in May. Where we stand with those charges. Aza Turner back on the team. Talk to me. And then Champs Corner. Stephen Harris will be joining us. Be talking about yesterday. Was unable to make it. He'll talk about that. But he was at a barbecue on Friday with the defensive lineman and posted a video from that moment and said, listen, I got some great things. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. It's been busy since then. A lot of things have been circulating since all that has happened. But we will be having him on here shortly. He's going to be joining us in just a few moments, and we will talk about that. A minute in, we got 180 people strong. Be sure to smash the like button and show some love and smash subscribe. Now, $5 real quick from Levi. Says, tell DJ to leave Rio alone in baseball. I know he challenged him and DJ sprained his ankle. DJ after football. High top number 1 Gators to the Natty. Absolutely, baby. Let's go. I love it. What's going on, boys? Good to see you. Keep smashing the like button. Show some love. Terry Johnson became a member and joined the squad. Now, we'll dive into it here as we wait on Mr. Stephen Harris, because obviously the news that has everybody in turmoil, in shambles, if you will, is the new updated injury. We've got a phone call from Mr. Harris. Yes, sir. What's up?
This punishment?
You're not ringing in?
It says waiting for I thought you were
Oh, don't do this to me. No. What's the last 3 digits on your code?
882.
Gosh, don't do this to me. I almost...
So just reset it.
It's not... No, I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna refresh it.
I had a feeling this was going to happen when my E-Cam was acting up here. Still nothing? Oh, okay. We're cooking. Woo! Had me nervous there for a minute. All right, we got Stephen Harris joining us, boys. Sorry, guys. We're a little technical difficulties. All right, we're rocking and rolling. We got Mr. Stephen Harris in here. My man. Good to see you, boss.
No, it's not the technical. Hey, go Gators, first of all. It's not a technical difficulty. I see what you did there. It's all right. I missed an event, and now I get kicked out the group chat. I don't get the right passcodes. He got me late, showing up late to work on a Monday. It's still Champs Corner? I didn't even hear the interview. I didn't hear the introduction. Is it still Champs Corner?
Well, if you would have been on time, you would have heard it. But secondly, things were good. No injuries, nothing. And then yesterday, you know what's crazy? We had the media day yesterday. Stephen Harris was unable to make it. I'll let him explain himself. But what he doesn't know, we had a Stephen Harris booth. We had full-blown blow-up, like figurines of Stephen Harris. There was a line wrapped around the building down towards the swamp of like just little kids wanted to take a picture with Stephen. And he didn't show up. So they were disappointed. We had a substitute, David Solder, in. I think they recognized it wasn't you. But it was close. Shout out to Swolder for stepping in.
Listen, I got a heart for the people, man, and it pains me that I wasn't in attendance, man. Eventful weekend, to say the least, man. But shout out to you guys. I seen the turnout, man. It's dope. Just independent media guys coming together, banding together as a group, as brothers. The greatest fan base on earth. The Gator Nation, man, is strong. And just to be able to do something like that is dope. But I couldn't make it, man. Eventful weekend. I almost didn't make the barbecue, but we made it. And then my kids were getting baptized on Sunday. So my original plans was just to stay the whole weekend, but it slipped my mind that the baptism weekend was this weekend. So we did that at 9:30 in the morning. I went there, I did that. cut my foot on the rock, being in the water, and I also my kids did it. I've been baptized
Keep the
before, so
excuses. Keep
I
yeah.
I actually I actually got baptized myself too. So
Oh, you're
just
trying to make
the
us feel
family's
guilt.
doing,
Okay,
yeah.
trying to make us feel
Yeah, man,
guilty.
come
Well
on,
done.
Sheldon.
Well done.
Come on,
Well
man.
done.
I played under Urban Meyer. You got to have great excuses. You can't just have any kind of excuses, Sheldon. Trust me. Ask my teammates about the spider. Listen, if you just ask somebody about the spider.
Oh no.
But listen, no, but for real, I did cut my toe. But yeah, man. I leaving there. I know I sent you the pictures, but man, trying to get there and leaving the house, I had the bottles for the raffle and everything, but I had car troubles, man, leaving and ended up having to take care of that. So yeah, man,
We
just
missed you,
a
Steve. Dave's
long,
upset. You
stupid
didn't even
day, but
call
it
or
was
texted him
great.
back.
It was great.
He
It was
misses you a
great,
lot.
man. Yeah, listen, listen, listen. I'm gonna do a public apology to some of my friends too, because as a man, and I like to, when I say I'm doing something, I like to be there. And when I can't, I get frustrated, bro, and I'll go on a shell. You know what I mean? I close myself off. I don't answer calls. I don't, you know what I mean? And I know people who genuinely be loving me and trying to check on me and care. And I be so frustrated in the moment that an excuse is not good enough. I came from an era where being on time mean you late. You know what I mean? And so you plan for some things and then stuff happen. So it just hurt me a little more. And I'm passionate about the fans and stuff like that. And my guy Rook had something for me to sign. Stuff just went left, but life happens. You know what I mean? So
It's all good, man.
just crazy. I'm just glad everybody had a great
I'm gonna
time.
bust your chops. Like, if you think you're gonna just get
Yeah, whatever. You already did.
that's
so
my job,
whatever.
But you're it's all good, man. Life happens. It was a fantastic turnout. We had a great
No,
time.
for real,
Man.
for sure.
It was good. It's all
Appreciate
love.
you, Rook. Say I forgive you, Steve.
Let's talk about this. I want to talk. Obviously,
But yeah, how was it though? No,
we got to get into
talk
this.
to the people already?
The people are going nuts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got to get into DJ. Then we'll save it at the end because we'll talk about the barbecue and the media. We talked about media day yesterday, but we'll talk kind of the whole weekend more at the end because this thing here has got this.
Yeah,
It's everyone's spinning. Everyone's spinning.
Yeah.
So DJ Lagway, I've heard about this about a week and a half ago. So this wasn't really breaking news to myself. We maybe not that long ago. Maybe not that long. Maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. Actually, it's been a long couple of
when
days.
it was going to come out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that it took as long as it did.
I was like, is it true?
For it to drop, we kind of, I wouldn't say hinted towards it, but we in our questionnaires yesterday, we all knew about it on the panel, and Gator Dave kind of said, hey, no matter what, DJ will be playing week 1, right? So that was kind of like him, like a foreshadowing of like nobody panic, but everyone's still panicking, and I get it. I mean, look, it's our prized quarterback that's now dealing with another injury, and just kind of the way this whole injury thing has unfolded. As a fan perspective, it's you see, obviously you see the hamstring, right? We think it's just a hamstring. Then we get into spring, and then it's a shoulder, and that's a whole debacle in itself. Then it's a hernia that was causing a shoulder. Then we're good, and now it's across the internet. It's a calf sprain. It's kind of what's being reported, and so he's walking around in a boot. I've talked to a couple people that are very close to the situation. Everyone feels very optimistic about it. They're not too concerned about it. It appears that the boot is an overly precaution situation, but I don't know. Look, I think I think that, and look, I'm usually one to kind of like, hey, tone down a little bit, but I think there is some right to have some concerns and frustration. I saw some people asking like, is this a strength and conditioning thing? Is it just like a Derrick Rose situation where they're just like kind of bad luck with injury? That part we don't know. We really don't know.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, because again, like with it being your prized possession, like he sneezes the wrong way. They're like, that didn't sound right. Let's put him inside. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how sensitive they are to all of it. And again, when you hear about how he played last year with multiple injuries, I mean, how often is he? I don't know. What are your thoughts on all of it, though?
Oh, geez.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's just seems like that thing just jumping around, one thing after another, nick. But it's nothing serious. It's a young, growing body to me. So I rather I'm on the side of precaution always. So if he's feeling something or something, let's take care of it. Get them to the. I'm at the point of, man, you could just bubble wrap them and put them on the shelf for the whole rest of the season. And we said he got new equipment at his house, going over plays and all that. Yeah, y'all just do all that. Yeah, simulation, everything. to the season. You know what I mean? Let him run and cut and jump on his free time. But yeah, but it's minor to me, the issue. It just sucks. Just one thing after another. He's so great. Fans are going to get outraged about it. And then just the hype behind him, media people are going to take it and run with it. I'm surprised that it made it that long from the first time that I heard about it to it making real headlines where we got to come speak about it. But he's growing and he's getting stronger. He's getting faster. I don't know if anybody saw the list where they had the quarterbacks, but I think he was the highest on the squats. So you know what I mean? He hitting different metrics, and sometimes you got to go test drive the car. You know what I mean? And you getting out in these situations, we test driving. Hey, we might have to fix the brakes a little bit. You know what I mean? This thing is moving with a lot more torque. You know what I mean? He testing it out. So I think things like this happen a little bit. You playing the game, but I'm sure if it was season time with the type of injury they're talking about, it would just be some tape or something. You might not even hear about it. But right now, just out of precaution, if you see him in a boot, you're like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but we're not going to just put a shoe on when I could actually put a boot on and give him more comfort. But if anybody spots him in this boot, it's like kind of asking a lot out of him to say, hey, man, don't let nobody see you in this boot.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So
I know he did a shoot with some things on Friday. I mean, at that point, he's going to be seen. But, these are things that here's where I get my concerns do come in, and because injuries are never a joke to play with, and 10 years ago, you hear a calf strain or like an ankle sprain, like you don't even blink. You really don't.
Right.
But I feel like basketball and even football, we've seen a lot of it. I don't want to kind of it's kind of like the new ACL, like Joe Montana, it's the Achilles. Like that has been a common injury, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he's just come from the clouds. Like everybody's getting it now. You know what I mean? Like it's like the new Tommy John, if you will. So those are concerns of, like, again, I think about the kid from the Pacers who had the calf strain, and it clearly didn't rest
Right.
it. Went just 90-0 game 7. You got to, but that's where, again, where's the severity of it? And you do ask the question, why is this happening? And it's not just it's across the board. There seems to be an increase.
Listen, I'll say this. You see time if you watch NBA basketball where guys totally roll their ankle, right? Where the bone damn near touches the ground and they run off the court and then they come back into the game and they play, right? At this stage of his career and what he has going on, if he tweaks something in practice, you sit him down and you put the boot on it and just let it do its thing. We're not running him right back out there and saying, "Hey, go play." It doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
you're preserving them. You know what I mean? If they're saying it's not that serious, or you know what I mean, but you say that to somebody and you just see the different injuries and stuff, and they're trying to maintain and take care of a body without any tweaks to make it to the season when the quarterback game is 90% mental. You know what I mean? Especially if he's a pocket. You have guys who don't break the pocket and run. So he doesn't have to run to be an effective quarterback. So if it's 90% mental and you have any little tweaks because you that athletic, I'm gonna take the most serious precautions just to preserve you. But I don't think everybody should be super outraged. I think at this stage, guys are gonna be a little more pampered, especially when you have that much talent to where we ain't saying shake nothing off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Hey, how do you feel today? Well, this is a little hurt. You know what? Put some ice on it, put a boot on it for today. And
We'll
I'll
shut
see
it
you
down.
tomorrow or 2 days at practice. What are we? I'm not.
Look, he's been throwing. He's still doing those things that I do know. But I remember back in April when we had the shoulder thing and we were
Mhm.
talking, obviously he didn't play at all during that time. And everyone was like, look, if we're in this situation come fall where he's not playing, then I'll be concerned. Well, it seems like now we're
Right
gonna
on the
probably
doorstep, right?
yeah, we're rolling into it. And it doesn't look like he's gonna be playing maybe possibly for the
It's
first
it's a
week.
deal now. It's a
He's not
deal.
gonna
I'm not
it's
trying to
for
sweep it.
it's a different reason, but he's not
Yeah.
playing. And again, the other look, it's a reasonable concern of just the timing, working with the groups. I'm sure he's still been working with the teams and whatnot, but there is a factor to that.
But we
Look,
can't say strength and conditioning and all that stuff. There's other guys. There's a million other players on the team that are hitting new benchmarks and doing just fine, flying around fast and cutting and are okay. You know what I mean?
sure, exactly. Yeah,
But when
again,
you're a great
we
athlete,
all want to try to
sometimes you
find a
try to do
reason. In these things, we get
tremendous
mad. We
things.
want to point the
Yeah,
finger to something,
yeah.
and that's kind of what
When
it
you're a
boils
great
down to.
athlete, you're gonna do something unheard of, and that may tweak something. You move the way or weave the way that nobody imaginable could possibly do. Like just imagine the Kadarius Toney play against Miami where he like scraped the ground and put the brakes on and score. Like everybody else would have tore every ligament in their body making that move. So if you're doing that at practice, I'm too strong right now. Hey, did you send me? My muscles wasn't ready. All right, cool. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's take care of it. But we
Yeah.
not, yeah.
Again, I'm not worried about it. But I do sympathize with the concerns and the frustration. I think there's a reasonable,
Sure. Me too.
yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too. That's
think,
why I was laughing so much because I get it.
yeah. I
But
mean,
just
look, we
being
want to
on
see our
the other
quarterback.
side,
We want
yeah,
to just
hell
go
yeah,
in and at the
hell
same
yeah.
time, we've got more information and more knowledge than we ever have. I mean, who knows how many guys were in boots and wrapped up during your practice? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That
for
you didn't
sure.
even that nobody had a clue on. Again, that doesn't make it any better, but there's just a lot
No.
more information that we have, and we just want to be able to go through the motion. Again, that's been a point of conversation David's brought up of like, hey, I just want DJ to stay healthy, and I've tried to brush it to the side of like this isn't going to be a thing, but there is a point where it's like, okay, like
Yeah, you
is
gotta
it a
pause for
thing?
the cause, for
Is it
sure.
a thing?
Yeah,
I hope it's
yeah.
not a thing. I hope it's just kind
Especially
of
when
a
it's your quarterback. And when it's your quarterback that's having 1, 2, 3, 4, like it's jumping around like chicken pox on his body, it's like, all right, come on.
yeah. That's how I feel, man.
I get it.
I mean,
I get
look,
it.
I can't criticize. I feel the same way. He looks good
Let it
though. I
be
mean,
somebody else.
we heard him talk about it. And he looks physical, but
He'll be ready.
Larry, I'm not playing it off. I'm not. I'm being very genuine here. Of like, yeah, I understand the concern. Again, the people that I've talked to have brushed. Even Dave, who's usually pretty, I would say, reserved or concerned. He was like, hey, from what I've heard, it's not a big deal. So
Yeah,
that was kind of
that's a good sign.
yeah, because Dave's usually first like the whole ship's
Yeah,
sinking. We gotta go.
I take any sign. I
Yeah.
take any sign.
I just, we battled through the shoulder thing, and as a creator, and as we do these things, like we have our little trials and tribulations we've got to battle through. It's like I'm just
Yeah,
like, let me just get to the season. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
can only
yeah.
handle so much of this stuff. I think we'll
But
get
if
a
you
better idea too. I think Billy will probably talk on Wednesday. He'll talk
yeah,
sometime through the practice and we'll get stuff on Saturday. I know Florida Victorious members are allowed at practice. So within the next 5 days, I don't know if we're going to get more, but I think we're going to get more eyeballs and more opinions and more medical opinions like we
right.
always do.
But,
And we may feel
yeah.
worse or better in the next 5 or
For
6
me,
days.
we're talking about a boot, and you're not saying he broke his ankle, tore his Achilles, or anything like that. It's more so maybe a calf strain or ankle twist or something like that, to where, you know what I mean? You just want to make sure he's good. You're getting ready for camp, you know what I mean? And then at the end of camp is when
It,
you want to
it's
be
been
performing the
reported that it's a
best.
calf sprain. Zach already
Okay.
put it
Yeah.
says a calf sprain. So that's what's being reported. So again, I think the injury at hand in the situation is not scary. I'm not concerned about what is the injury. The
And if
concern, I
it's the
think,
same leg, it's common. Like if you had the hamstring,
I looked that
you're
up.
overcompensating and stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah. There
okay,
could be like
yeah,
it was like a biochemical, I think is what it said, is like, because there's all like, again, it's not
the
always, but
same
it could
muscle,
be. Yeah.
basically.
It just,
Yeah.
they're kind of connected and there could be a little bit
Okay.
of,
So yeah, I didn't even know that. See, I just
I
know
looked it up.
football.
Yeah. Cause like, is this, I'm trying to figure out too, like, is it, what happened? What was going on? It said he was on a run. So look, when I trained for Ironmans, I wasn't knowledgeable with this stuff. So I rolled ankles, I pulled calves, I got plantar fasciitis. Like I did all these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I was if I was in this status of DJ Lagway, I probably would have been put up into a box and padded up. But I just kept going because I didn't realize like what I
long
did.
stress on the muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'm not. Again, these are just things that where you, like you said, you're being overly precautious because of who it is, and obviously.
Say he was on a run.
Yeah, that's what Zach Alvarez reports it on.
So his girlfriend played not just play soccer. Maybe they were just jogging
softball
for a extended period of time. Softball, yeah, jogging or working out for a extended period of time. Like you said, on the run, like as like miles.
Listen, it just said on. I mean, I didn't get details. You're like my wife.
On the run,
like,
to me, just sounds so casual.
Listen,
like they say, hey, he was working out, sprinting. He said on the run, so it's like he woke up in the morning and he do 5 miles. Like
us guys,
that's what
we
on the run
tea.
sound like to me.
Yeah, we get tea, we get gossip. This was like not football related, and I gave her I just like on the drive by. I remember I was like, hey, like this someone did this, like great gossip. Like nothing else matters. The gossip was great, and then like 2 seconds later, she's like, how'd you even come across that? What's that matter? I got you the deets. What are you asking me that for? I don't know.
Extra details.
Yeah. What does
My
it
bad.
matter?
I apologize. The fact that you just compared me to your wife made me feel the type of way. Just to let you know. Like the fact that I was really interested in what we were saying, then you just, maybe I should never brought his wife into it or girlfriend. Yeah, it's my fault.
Well, you're like, were they skipping? Did they have water bottles? Was he wearing his headband? I don't know, Steve. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I don't know, man. It's bad. It's bad right now.
My bad, bro. I call somebody.
You're gonna say on a run with his girlfriend. That's gonna make headlines. I see it now.
I need to make some phone calls. I'm sorry. I wasn't even prepared. I'm asking you stuff that I should be asking somebody else.
You're gonna have people leaving here going, he was running with his girlfriend.
He was out for a 10-mile jog. They should do a 5K for some awareness month. Okay, he was trying to prepare to give back.
Now his girlfriend's gonna get death threats because she had him running.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, that's what you did, Steve.
Oh man, yeah, this thing can get crazy. Gator fans
it's on
a
fire.
while. So, yeah,
it's on fire. Speaking of I don't know what I was thinking about, but I saw Jacoby Jackson yesterday because your Frank Gore comment went viral. That's what made me think about it. I was like, this is gonna be another Frank Gore situation.
I saw it on the live. I was watching it mad, sitting in the car. Well, actually watching the guy put.
Did you see the line of kids waiting for you?
Tire. No, they must have been in the very back.
Hold on, we gotta cover super chats real quick. Let me get into this. $20 from Zach Parker. Sheldon, you think they know the difference between Dave and Steven? Listen, it's with the high top hats, it's very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard.
Maybe about 2 feet. And I'm not talking above the shoulders.
That's it. It's just the height. Just the height. $2 from Devil Dog says Champ sounded like LeBron.
LeBron.
I don't think he meant that as a compliment either. You're in trouble. With your excuses. With your excuses.
Yeah.
You're getting burnt. You're getting burnt, Steve.
I guess I flopped.
Yeah. Dubster. Hey guys, sorry I couldn't come Sunday. I had car problems. It looks like it was
no problem. No problem. It was going around.
To be fair, Corey had car problems too. He Ubered. He had to Uber it. So he had car problems too.
For real? See, it was a car problem bug. That's amazing.
Everyone's car got too hot. That's what it was.
That's amazing. And then I heard about the heat. I'm not sure. Maybe that would happen to my hub. I had to get a whole hub system from my front side, driver's side.
Yeah, dude, it's been tough. It's been tough.
Yeah.
Listen, this is what's wild. If I downplay this, right? It's like Shelton's just still sucking on Billy. He's just pumping the Kool-Aid, Disney Gator. Then I'm trying to be reasonable and understand where everyone's perspective. And it's like, I'm hyping it up. I'm not hyping anything up. You got Steve over here telling me he's running laps, doing sprints with Usain Bolt. I didn't say that, okay? That's not what I said. simply just told you what he said, but I was simply bringing up the fact of like, hey, there is concern if their injuries continue to happen. I'm not worried about it at all. I think this is part of growing up playing an intense sport. You're going to have injuries. We just hear about it more than ever. Week 1, line up, spot the ball. Let's get after it. But right now we're still in July, and I got to talk about it.
But he's the quarterback, but he's not the average quarterback. He's not just some pocket passer, unathletic person that just stand in the pocket all day, just throwing the ball, getting rid of the ball like a Tom Brady type player. So his training is going to be a little bit different, and his reactions on the field are going to be a little bit different. So the little tweaks and aches that he may be feeling are going to be different than the average quarterback. So for him, you're going to hear about it a lot more. We're receiving a lot more information. If you see him out there with a boot, even if it's minor or whatever it is, it's just going to be a lot more attention. But he did come in with some stuff. He had something that was lingering from high school. So the massive amount, not saying massive, but the one thing after another nature of it does and should make the average fan have some type of feeling about it. So ain't nobody sugarcoating nothing.
Listen, I need a boot. I need one.
At this point, he can probably have a boot sponsorship because he's just that hot of a quarterback, and the Gator fan base is crazy.
Yeah, I love it. All right, let's. I think we've talked enough about it. I think we've hyped it up enough. I think we've scared the people enough. I think we did a good job with that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sometimes sense of humor just gets right over the head there. Yeah. Let's talk about some good news. There's a lot of from here on out. We're upward. Oh, that's not Steve. We're up. All right. Not that was down, but we're up. Okay. We're climbing this way. Dylan Alves and Stephen Harris told me his girlfriend took a baseball bat to his ankle, like Tanya Harding. Dylan Alves reporting that now. That's where we're at. The Deshawn Johnson thing was great news.
Run it, Dylan. Tell them to run the story. I love any publicity. Yeah.
I'll put a stamp it of approval. Yeah. That'll go. Yeah, Dylan's got a great track record with just sending articles as of late. Yeah, we're in trouble. We have really just been off the Richards with going back to last week with Nick Del Toro and Boring.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
We're
out now. The season is getting closer to showing. Yeah, and I get a little unhinged, unwired.
That's where we're at.
We're right there, Shelton. So it's just a great time. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the love. Everybody's buzzed. Even I'll just say this real quick. I'm letting us get back to this point. Marcus Thomas went in the group chat and he's like, "Man, I need some red meat. I don't know something about this time of the year. I just gotta eat red meat, even though I have high blood pressure." I'm like, no, but we gonna have a salad bar, but we just understand like it's just something about this time of year.
Yeah, it's like you got a little. You've been drinking a little bit. You got a little buzz, so you're just kind of like. Yeah, you're speaking a little more than what you normally would. The words are flowing. There's no filter. You're feeling good. And that's kind of where we're at. We're not drunk, guys.
Yeah,
but, just drunk.
That'll help me get to the part of my part when you asked about this barbecue. But go ahead.
Okay. Deshawn Johnson gets all charges dropped, which again he was being charged for like 3 second-degree felonies, which would have been life-ending if any of those would have stuck. So phenomenal news. We kind of knew that is like, well, day one we were in shambles. We were like we are right now. And then like 24 hours later, it was like it was C4 in a lollipop. Like it wasn't anything serious at all. And it was like, oh, okay. It was a complete overreaction per usual, per as always. And so we already kind of felt like nothing was going to happen, but you still have to wait and see for the legalities of it to go through because Florida also didn't make any moves to push Deshawn out, which led us to believe that things were obviously on the up and up and not to worry about it. But it's good to have this behind him so he can focus on this next year. And look, Deshawn Johnson, we talked when it all broke, we talk about so many names, Tyreek Sapp, DJ Lagway, Jaden Ball, all these people, right? In the quarterback room, we know about. We talk about Kermani McLean and Devin Moore. He's got to be healthy, but Deshawn Johnson isn't a name that you would bring up on a regular basis. But as the moment that we felt like we could have lost him, it was like, whoa, this
for sure.
This is huge. Deshawn Johnson was a phenomenal player last year. I think he only had like 5 starts, but played a ton of snaps. Behind some great ball players last year, and was extremely impactful when he was on the football field. So super stoked to have him back. Glad that it all got worked out, and Phenomenal news. Great news. Love that.
Yeah, no. Make no mistake about it, for sure. It's definitely great to hear that news. For them to make that announcement, and now he can just have that behind him and continue to grind like I know he has been. And make no mistake about it, he's a fantastic player, and to potentially have the chance of losing him would have been devastating.
Yeah.
So we're definitely dependent on him. I love his game. I love the way he play. I love his mentality when he's on the field. So this is definitely great news for us going into the camp, preparing for the season, which is not too many Saturdays away. So this should be a boost to the defense, a boost to everybody, to go out there and take care of business, and to handle themselves in the correct way. You know what I mean?
A little
Obviously,
bit wake up
everything was
call.
dropped, so he did his thing. He was responsible in those aspects. Aside from maybe not knowing that there was a weapon there, it wasn't his or whatever that case may be. You could be a little, but you have to protect yourself too. You know what I mean? When you're out here, we see all kind of things happening. I don't even want to bring up the gentleman but we saw what happened to a player going home at
Yeah.
an event or whatever. So, you know, it should be great news. It's great news all around, and I'm just looking forward to what he can do for us this year. And build his status going forward as a player, and his draft status, because he can ball. The kid can
Agreed.
ball.
Again, I think morale booster. I think a little bit of a wake up call that it's one of
Yeah.
those situations where, like, we've all had in our life. Like, my son's constantly like on the verge of danger just because he has zero clue what's going on. He doesn't get it yet, right? But we, as you get older, it's like, man, that was a close one. That that could have been serious.
Hmm.
A great example, great story for me is I was driving a little side by side one time back when I was by prom night, high school, and my parents like,
Mm.
hey, don't drive in the dirt. It's loose. I was like, yeah. So I drove in the dirt because obviously, right? Like, why would I not do that? And flipped it, rolled it, and landed
Mm.
on the roof, and like kind of came to, and me and my best friend were dangling upside down,
Wow.
and thankfully we had our seatbelts on, or we would have been
Yeah.
capoodled. But it was one of those moments where, again, nothing serious happened, just a little bit of damage to the side by side. But what could have happened for me being an idiot could have been way worse. And
Yeah.
it's one of the situations I was super blessed that it didn't come to that, but it was scary enough to go, hey, one, I'm
Yeah.
never getting with this damn thing again. I've been in
Yeah.
one since then, but to understand, like, this is a powerful thing. Life's a powerful thing, and you
You,
gotta know when you're going out your wits. But yeah, I was
for sure.
buck wild.
Yeah, you were but wow, but one thing about your whole story is you were a little jerk as a kid, but you were still smart because you knew to have the seatbelt on. See, you
Yeah,
was
I
gonna take the
guess.
risk. Yeah, you was a risk
I
taker, but
wasn't a
you the
jerk,
one.
Steve. That wasn't
Yeah,
the nicest
yeah,
word we could have used
yeah,
there.
well, you said you just talked bad about yourself, so I just wanted to put
Yeah,
a
but
little salt
you
on it.
like double down.
Yeah, it was flavor, it's seasoning
Look,
to your
just
boring
because you were
short. Now,
late and you don't be putting your stuff on me.
no, you want to jerk. It's just I don't know. It sounded cool to say. I never
Yeah, I
called
know.
nobody a jerk.
Golly, that hurt. Jerk's
Yeah,
tough.
you've said worse, but I ain't gonna tell the people. No, but seriously, you knew enough to put your seatbelt on. Just imagine if you never listened to your parents.
Mm.
If you say I'm gonna do this and not even put the seatbelt on, if you were just riding like that, it could have been a different
Wouldn't
story.
be here to tell you the
But you,
story. That's for
yeah,
dang sure.
you more so of a risk taker. You know what I mean? And that's good to an aspect, but yeah,
Not too much. Yeah, I would look
not too.
honestly when I wrecked it. I was more concerned that I could have taken my best friend's life. It wasn't even my life.
Yeah,
I was more
but
upset
he
that
had a seatbelt on too.
that I put his. I was more upset at myself that I put his life in jeopardy. Like, that was where
Did you
I
have to
was
tell
just,
him? Did you have
no,
to
no. We
tell
both
him to
did
put
it.
the seatbelt on?
We knew that thing was crazy.
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
we
about
knew.
did you have to tell him to put a seatbelt on?
No. He probably
Y'all
told me to
did
put
it
mine on.
knowing.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, y'all knew we finna do something dangerous and put these
Yeah. We
seatbelts
were
on.
fully aware of what was about to happen. Yeah, for sure. We
Great.
just didn't know the severity of it. Yeah.
My moral story is, guys, put your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
Please put your
Well,
seatbelts on.
I talked about it today on the Coach Prime's presser because he was diagnosed with cancer, got it removed. It was an awesome kind of
Yeah,
story, but as a youngin, we move through the world very violently and as if we're untouchable. And things like this come across and really kind of humble you. And so full circle here. But again, this is kind of one of those moments that Deshawn went through in some aspect, right? There wasn't really any true repercussions, but you got your nose kicked enough where you tasted the blood, and it's like, I don't want to do that again. So
yeah, for sure. Shout out to the lawyers and everybody and Deshawn. Move on. Let's get this thing going, baby. We need you.
Look, Rook, Shelton's on Worth vehicles. What's up, bro? Hey, no. Hey,
I wonder what that could be.
If we did a shirt that said hashtag Bootgate, and I made the boot the be a boot, will we scoop? I'll have it up tonight.
Somebody go buy it. I promise you.
I'll have it up after the show. I'm not playing.
Bootgate. That's funny.
I feel like we got to lean into it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I look at these situations.
Time of year, man. Yeah. It's that time of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to shake something up, man.
Yeah. 400 strong, boys. Be sure to smash it and love it. Lane Change on the road listening to my guys. Let's go, baby.
Shout out to Lane Change, man. Hey, y'all go get y'all chains so y'all can get into that raffle, man. You can win your 2 free home game tickets.
Yes, sir. Good plug there. Well done. So, Asa is returning to the team, Steven.
They said to the team, but I don't know.
He's returning to the team.
I saw somewhere where there was possibility that he's on the team, but the roster spot as far as being on the official roster.
Yes, so camp. The detail of it, of what, if he's going to be a walk-on or on the yes, that is correct. So
correct.
That's the part is still unknown. I think the roster is going to be released in the next couple of days, so we'll know where he stands and where he stands on the depth chart. This is his 7th season. He got approved medically to be able to play again because obviously he went down to an injury. Been playing for quite some time for Ace Turner. Look, I love it. I know some people kind of get frustrated. I think with people, and it's fun to always joke when we see these things on Twitter with people going to their 7th and 8th year, but I always try to when I talk to people in college and I talk to young guys or people going to college of like, this is the best time of your life. Like, this is when you actually have true freedom, and nobody truly gets it. And what I try to describe it as is that as you get older, your freedom goes away because responsibilities rise. And so your decisions have to be altered because your decision is now impacting others, whether it's your wife, kid, etc. Well, when you're just flying by, riding around on side-by-sides in high school, like there's, you think you don't jeopardize anybody when you'll still do, but you're kind of living in this free little world. It's kind of backwards. We think that we start off in this crappy and it gets better. No. We start off in the prime time and it declines as we go on.
Yeah.
And so if you can extend, Steven, if somebody came to you and said, hey, you can get 3 more years to play in college ball. Again, I know NFL minus that part, right? Because that's obviously always the goal, but if you could play for 7 years and still play NFL, would you have stayed an extra 3 years?
For sure.
Yeah. That's like,
but listen, and we would have won in the gap of 08, 09, and 2010. Yeah, for sure. I was for Asa. I know I said it earlier in the year in the show when they were talking about it. I was for him coming back, returning and redeeming himself. I was for him coming here. I like what he was going to bring to the team. Some things happen. You know what I mean? You're making that adjustment. You come to the SEC. You got in there. Everybody know the play. My man, he got cooked on the play. He did. He got cooked and hurt himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that happen, but you don't expect to get cooked and then hurt in the beginning of the season and lose a whole year and not get a chance to redeem yourself. You know what I mean? Just based off his previous career, I was looking for him coming and balling and being a senior leader and helping lead these young guys. Now, I believe he's still been doing that as far as being like an extra coach on the field. At some point, when you get to a certain part of seniority, your voice is louder and you understand the game a little bit more where you can actually help these people. So to have them on the field as a player doing that was definitely always a bonus in my mind. So when I heard the first time many months ago that he was applying for this and was looking to get it done, I was for it. I wanted to see him come back. Even before Harris left, I was hearing about that possibility and wanted to see him come back and do his thing. So if he's 100% and fully back, I'm sure he would have made gains everywhere else, upper body and stuff like that, and still been working out. 'Cause when you injure yourself, most people turn up to come back. You know what I mean? If you had that mentality, so I hope it's good for him. If he can come in and be effective, I know we're going through camp. We'll see how that looks. If he's out there, but at a safety position, that knowledge of the game for a veteran,
Yeah.
it just should be great. You know where to be on the field, or should at least know where to be on the field. You know angles, your situational football, down the distance, what teams are trying to do. You understand film and breaking that down. So having him on the team just amongst the guys is great, but for him personally on the field, we have a lot of young guys at that safety position.
Yeah, we do.
So if
I mean,
he, if
Castell's
he,
unk now, but it's
yeah,
still a
but
younger
but
group.
he's not under him.
Yeah, he's
You know
unk
what I
squared.
mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like if anything was to happen, if anybody go down or get hurt or injured or something, if he's 100%, but beyond that, if he's outperforming who's out there, let the man play. To me, I want the best player on the field.
Agreed.
And
I'm excited. I'm glad that I know
yeah,
you've been big on him since Jump Street. You talked about it at the spring game about the White Knight,
yeah,
getting
yeah.
his run. So, I'm excited. Did you see the Gregory Smith? They've got him listed as a linebacker at UNC. Obviously, Gregory Smith played for us, was a quarterback under Stephen Harris, came in as a safety, and then he,
No left field with that comment. No, I
well,
did
I
not
just
see that.
thinking about because we're in that world, and I wanted to bring it up, and I was like, it's kind of a good transition, but kind of cool to
Yeah,
see him finding a new spot at UNC playing at linebacker
yeah.
position.
I mean, it makes sense thinking of Belichick and how he likes to run things, and then for just Greg's sides, he has a frame that can fill out a little bit more. I'm not sure. I have to look into it more, but if you were saying it, and that's what's happening,
It just I
with
don't know
his
how
size,
true it is.
speed, and range, he can tackle. He's not afraid to put his nose on the ball. And if you require him to cover tight ends or some DBs in certain situations, if you run it 4-2-5s or whatever it is,
He may come off
I
that
can
edge a little bit. He might come off
Hey,
the edge a
listen,
little bit.
he's an
6'4",
all around
220.
total athlete to me, so I can
Yeah,
see he's long,
he's a
rangy.
freak. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I hope he finds a home or whatever position he chooses to play. I know he has the mentality to play whatever it is, and he understands football. It's just about putting in the work. So that's gonna be interesting. I got to follow up with him and check that out. That's I never heard that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I saw it today. Also, shout out to Brian Case. He is a preferred walk on for the Florida Gators, running back out of Ponte Vedra High today. So love that. 6
And
foot,
shout out to
200-pound running back, Ponte Vedra.
uh DeBron Hampton. We never did get a chance
Yeah,
to talk about it,
we
but
talked
I've
about it
been telling
yesterday.
people. Yeah, I've been telling people about this kid since I was watching them in high school with DJs last year.
Kid's special,
I've been
man.
an advocate for him. I think I even mentioned him on the show when I gave him a shout out and talk about his business endeavors a couple weeks back and all the stuff he had been doing. And I said I just wanted to give him a shout out a couple weeks back then. Like certain players, you know, man, if you've been around the game and you see certain players and you evaluate the game, you know they have what it takes. And he was just one of those guys for me, and I believe he's still going to do more great things for the Gator besides just earning that scholarship position.
Cam, my bishop, my man, yo, did you see Hampton's interview yesterday at the event?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah, but he's very
The young
well
man's
spoken.
incredible, dude. I'm pumped for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was awesome.
No, I watched a little bit of it, but I've been following his career. Like I'm gonna post some stuff. Like I've been in this man inbox, like just boosting them up because I really believed in them from a long time ago. I got stuff from 2023 of me talking to this kid just because I've been watching him. I like his game. I like the way he carry himself, conduct himself. He's just a very charismatic, likable kid, and he puts in a lot of hard work. And he can ball, and he got some wiggle. I want to see him return some stuff. Some stuff. In my head,
He's
I
got
know we love
that's a t-shirt. Some wiggle.
Vernell.
Some
Yeah,
wiggle.
he got some wiggle. Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Go ahead, mark it down. I need 5%. But look, yeah,
It was the
in the
delivery,
return game
bro. He got some wiggle.
between him and Vernell, I think he's gonna be pushing for a returner spot. I'm not sure if they're giving it to Vernell Flowers. Flowers is, I know a lot of people overlook Flowers, but as far
Javaris
as
Flowers.
returning the ball and coming in and having an impact right away on some certain things, like kind of like Brandon James did, Flowers has the potential. Vernell and DeBron, man. As far as returners for me, get the ball in these guys' hands.
No, I agree. That's what him and I spoke about as well. Is that's where they're utilizing him a lot as of now.
For real?
Speedster. We
Okay,
asked him
awesome.
top 5 speed on the team. He put himself in the top 5. Like no in particular order, but along the likes of Tanks, Mizell, VB3, and then himself.
Listen, it looked like it on film. If you guys haven't looked at him, go and treat yourself to looking at his film. He's out there playing with Lagway. But the guy, the guy when Lagway got a lot of Lagway yards came from getting the ball in his hand and watch him wiggle.
Watch him wiggle. Watch him wiggle. I love it. Yeah. Bro, listen, we can make a t-shirt, call them the Wiggles, and we get them all dressed up in like a pink. We're just on a burner today, boys.
Wiggle, bro.
Yeah, listen, the juices are flowing.
He got it. Shout out to that kid for sure.
Devil Dog says, I remember Ace's freshman year, he tackled Danny Werfel. People, man, Ace is dirty like that. Boys, 400 in the dang chat. Hammer home the like button. Let Steven Harris know you love him. All right, Steven. We're going to you now. For sure. We're going to you now.
Well, I did.
You went to a bar. Well, you didn't. No, I'm just kidding. You went to a barbecue on Friday. Hung out with the crew. Hung out with Chapman, Lyman.
Yeah.
You told me you got some juice. Mike shares. Oh, no.
I mean, it's Lyman speak. I don't know if it's necessarily juice, but I'm juiced up about it.
Yeah, you were excited about what you witnessed. You did. This is your third one, so you've seen the culture. You've seen the
second. This is the second one. This is the second official.
I know. I'm trying to sell it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, listen. It was an amazing time. Shout out to Coach Chapman, for being a visionary to put this thing together. You know what I mean? It was something a great friend of his started, who passed away. So God rest his soul. But it was effective for them, and Chapman had the vision to bring that to Florida and honor his partner at the same time. Just having some of the Gator great defensive linemen come back and had the opportunity to get to know the guys, the new guys, and also pour into them about the logo, the standard, and what it means to us, and why some of us did what we did while we were here, what our motivations was for coming here, and just an understanding of the brotherhood that we all built and how it had been passed down to us, you know what I mean, leading up to some of these great times, the championship teams. You know, we had some guys from the 96 championship team that were there, guys who started this thing. And then rolling into our 2006 championship team, we still had guys who were giving that energy. The brotherhood had always been close at Florida. And got Gerard Warren was a guy when I came in as a freshman in 2002, who came back to Florida, of course, with him being from Gainesville, but he was always coming back to Florida, pulling me to the side, depositing stuff into me, talking to me, telling me his whys. Gerard Warren, first round, third overall, Florida Gators' highest draft pick ever as a defensive lineman. That's rich in history when you think about the game. coming back, pulling me to the side and talking to me, have done so many things over his career. Guys like Henry McMillan, having Coach Mark come back and talk with the guys who coached half of us that were on the 06 and 08 teams. So just stories and that history, I feel like a time after I left, and then you get the Carlos Dunlap number class. He went, and we all know how great he's been, playing with the Kansas City Chiefs, winning, playing with the Seahawks. After that, I feel like a lot of the stories and history of these great guys and that brotherhood kind of like fell off because guys just, we moving around, we getting married, having kids, and coaches are changing. The staff is changing, presidents are leaving. A lot of stuff get lost in translation with that. So I think it's just great that we all are coming back, and our old passion is coming with us. You know what I mean? And the respect and the level of success that these guys had means something. To hear these stories in the wise means something. So it's not happening everywhere at a lot of programs. So for Coach Chapman to want to do this and giving us the platform to do it, the freedom to come and talk to the players in this setting, it's just great. Yeah, it makes, what I mean? It makes coaching a little bit easier for him in my eyes, you know what I mean? Because we can get there and say some of the things that he possibly can't say, you know what I mean?
Look,
Or
I think there's
rub
legacy
them a certain way. Yeah.
and wisdom that all those guys that you just mentioned carry that's so invaluable. And
Yeah.
I think that's huge, just like you said, the knowledge that all those men carry, but also being able to pass on what it means to truly be a Gator. Like it gets, like you
For
said,
sure.
that also has been lost in translation at some point. From a fan base, think about how the fan base, why it continues to grow and why it's so infectious and why we can have a media day and there's 70 people plus show up to just support everybody because it's passed down from generation to
Yeah.
generation. And you're able to see the person before you have that just electric passion. Well, it's
That
not the
passion, man.
same when it comes to football, right? It's if you can have little lulls in it, and if you don't have that nice transition from class to class, from team to team, from coach to coach, it gets lost.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
how do you maintain that? Is like you got to go back to the roots. You got to go back to the ancestors, if you will,
Right.
and see why is it as crazy? Why is it when I go on to Twitter, they want to blow up the entire thing because of a couple of tweets of DJ
Right.
Lagway? Like why
Right.
is this fan base so nuts? It's because this is what we were born to do. And you got to
Right.
figure out, you got to learn about that. And that's important.
Yeah, and it means something to the players when you have all these guys that have been where you want to go, done what you want to do, come back and show you that they support you. You know what I mean? And are
Hmm.
there standing next to you and talking to you. So when a game is being played and we're on the sideline or something, and we say, "Hey man, let's go," you're gonna remember those whys. You can connect to that person and say, "You know what? If not for nothing, I got to go hard because I know he watching. I know all them brothers that was there that did all the great things are really watching. They explained to me how serious they are about this thing. And I don't want to let myself down and I don't want to let them down. So let me give everything I got. We may not win the game, but I should be giving everything I got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just knowing that these people love you enough to come back and give you their time. We Dunlap drove 5 hours. You know what I mean? I got a whole family of my own. Other people had ailments. A brother of mine, he came, he just had surgery. But he showed up for these guys to, you know what I mean, give them the history. But my biggest takeaway from the thing though, not just shout out to Coach Chapman and all us coming, that's all great, but back to winning.
Mm.
These guys are locked in. This is the second time that I've been there, so I could say without a shadow of doubt, this group of defensive linemen are more together than ever since Billy's been here. The way that they conducted themselves around each other, I just pay attention to details. Their attention to detail was on point. They wasn't all on their phones, not talking to each other.
Mm.
In previous times, it was you can see certain things where you're like, man, these guys ain't really together. These guys are a unit, and it's exciting. There's some things that I can see where like it can be a little tighter, or you know what I mean, but it wasn't nothing glaring to me uh, out of them this year. These guys have brought in, and that's a credit to Coach Chapman, a credit to the Gators and their staff, just the unity that I see in these guys, which gave me a lot of hope. I said, okay, these okay. Anybody that know when you go around a team in these type of settings, the way you interact with each other as brothers says a lot about you as a team. And I am confident in these guys. And not only that, the younger guys that are coming in, you know, I made a post that I talked about Mbachu and Jalen Wiggins being my two new favorite Gators. And it's not to slight anybody else, but when I'm in a group and I'm
Mhm.
just making an assessment, I did it intentionally with the young guys. It's, you know, Banks and everybody, all these older guys are still my guys. You know what I mean? But just assessment out of the younger guys, talking to them and seeing how they operate within the group. Um, Especially Wiggins, he had a level of maturity about himself that was just leaping off for me, and he seemed very, very coachable. He just It wasn't that he was like older than his years. It's
Yeah.
just talking to him and his attention in his eyes and him receiving what you were saying just spoke volumes to me. Like I was talking to him and sharing, and he stood. I was talking to the group at one point in time as a whole, and you know, and just sharing some of my stuff, and just the way he gravitated to me and what I was saying. And I was being very passionate about what I was talking about how you got to play this game. And just to look in his eyes and how he was receiving it as a freshman, I said, this guy's a real leader, and he could be one of the guys that really sets us up for a lot of great future success. I know he's just a freshman, but yeah, I looked at him. It reminded me of like talking to Spikes when he came in, and I was a senior, and Spikes was a freshman. You know, tell him how I have Spikes just set practice off like Spikes. Hey, when we get in this period, blitz pick up. I just want you to run straight down and smash the guard. Just smash him, bro. Knock his pass off. Spikes coming out here. Pow! Practice lit now. Now everybody flying around. It just him. It just seemed like he would be that guy that that just gonna play with that level of intensity and aggression, but be serious about the passion of the game. He just comes off with all that, and him and Mbachu is like a silent assassin.
Mm.
He's not talking much. I don't know if it's like language barrier. It's not a language barrier, but he does have an accent. But the
Okay.
intensity about him and in his eyes, the attention to detail, how he carries himself, is on point, and that's what you want out of a lineman. That's kind of how Banks came. Banks was the first one that jumped off the page. I don't know if y'all remember the first barbecue when I came back. I was talking about Banks,
Yep.
and I told y'all he was going to be great,
Yeah.
and I told you why. And I kind of when he got into it with Chapman, I told you that was going to be cool and all that great stuff.
Now look.
These guys just when and they're freshmen. I purposely did it with the freshmen. There were some other guys that uh jumped out to me. What's that? Tavares Brown.
Tavares Brown, he big, right?
Listen, not only is he big, um, he's raw to the position,
Yeah.
and I can see it. I mean, I heard about it. You know what I mean? Him being new to like being inside and stuff like that. But he was the first kid that was really attentive, and he even showed me some. Hey, coach, I got to work on this. What you think about this? And he took it to that level, and it wasn't like that the first time. He really pulled out some film on his phone. It was like, hey, I'm working on this. How can I do this? And right there on the spot, we did a couple things to help him improve on, and I gave him some tips and stuff. So that level of commitment to getting better, not only his size and stuff, his personality, it was great. It was fantastic. You know what I mean? So I think he has room to definitely prove a whole lot. A whole lot. I don't think we've seen anything close to what his finished product would be.
That's exciting. I've mentioned Tavares Brown a couple of times because of his sheer size alone. I'm excited to see what he's able to do. But Jalen Wiggins, we had him on the show. Phenomenal young man. So it's really cool to hear you had that same interaction with him in a completely different era. How do they look physically? I mean, that's somebody asked about LJ and Gums, but they're the edge room. This was just the D line room, so they weren't there. I'm assuming.
No,
Those two.
the edges, a lot of the edges showed up. But LJ wasn't there. Gums was there.
Okay.
Gums was there. Man, Gums, he's a cool guy, funny. Hollywood is what I would call him. He showed up looking fresh, and a lot of the people gave him a little slack, like the coaches and some of the players. Like, man, where you going? Like, cause you just, he was clean. And I said, man, that's the price to pay, man, when you come to Florida and be a superstar. You know what I mean? So everybody was like giving him jokes, and he was like, man, why they keep messing with me? Like, just like downplaying it, but it was on him kind of hard. You know what I mean? Making jokes about him. It just let me know that they look up to him as a real leader, and he's commanding a lot of attention, and everybody know he's a star. He come off, he's humble, but they give him so much slack, like as he's the star. Like, they just joke on him about everything. Like, look at Gums, oh, he think he's, man, what you pulled up in, Gums? Like, just messing with him. It was fun. It was cool to see that, but he's very humble, very approachable. I say, man, you got to do it again, man. It can't be no one time. He looked at me, so man, you know it. Like, he gave me one of them, like, I'm trying him, talk about he got to do it again. So I'm excited for him, just the way he carried himself. I already know he's going to be amazing on the field. He has the confidence. A lot of people, you got the way they carry themselves when they're around other people who supposed to be these guys, speak volumes about him. He has all the confidence to be great.
Was James Lyons there?
Jabari Lyons, yes, he was there.
Yeah, Jamar Lyons.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was
he walking?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Everybody was on point, man.
No boots?
Everybody was on point. No boot. But just the way they were as a group. Like, we talked with these guys for almost 3 hours, bro. And Nobody was agitated. Nobody was antsy. Everybody was paying attention. They wasn't all in their phones. And it was an open platform. Like, you didn't have to give us your undivided attention. Like, we wasn't really like trying to a seminar or nothing like that. But they were listening to everything everybody had to say, and they were receptive about it. And just in their demeanor, the way they talked to each other, the way they were in the group, just mingling amongst each other, I was like, okay, the brotherhood is here. Because I had concerns about that in previous years, about how they were hanging out and getting to know each other and stuff. So it's definitely a veteran team. Now, a lot of young guys, but they have great leadership in those roles with Banks and stuff like that, and Bordeaux and the older guys. You know what I mean? So, but just the way they communicated with each other showed me a better unit. It was just night and day to me.
So we're in a good place. You're feeling good about this D line.
Great place. Great place. Yeah, and we were going at it.
I love when you get to go to these things. I mean, last year you went to one of those, or I don't know if everyone you went, but one of those practices where the Frank Gore came from. You were like the eyes, boots on the ground type, because there wasn't, like, nobody could see any practices, and you were able to go.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of insight from that, and when you were telling that story about how the guys were in sync and just very unison at this practice or at this event, I remember you telling me at one of those practices where on the sideline nobody was engaged, right? Like, the D linemen were kind of like, once they were off the field, like, nobody cared, and that kind of like it's when it starts at a barbecue. It's, you know what I mean? Like, being focused and dialed in. It's like, this is, if you can't do it here, you're damn sure not going to do it on the football field. So hearing that they were completely engaged and understood what was the purpose of that for 3 hours, and it didn't matter about the time, it mattered about what we get out of it. I think it goes back to the entire culture we keep hearing is like, great men make great football players.
Listen, and I know I spoke about it previous times about getting all these transfers and stuff and coming in, trying to gel as a team. When you're coming from different cities, different backgrounds, you're getting paid this amount, that amount, people saying this about you, trying to gel shows at a barbecue when you sitting down and there's 3 people talking and you're not even interested in their conversation, or they're not even talking to you, you can see those type of things. These guys were all intermingled amongst each other. It wasn't no hierarchy like that. Besides, like when Banks came, everybody knew Banks the man. You know what I mean? So you can see all the attention go to him as like the alpha lion that walked in the room. You know what I mean? Every single lineman is going to say something to him, respect him, but the love is there. There's nobody outcasted, and that means something, man. A lot of teams are hitting the portal, bringing all these different guys in left and right. But when problems arise in your locker room or jokes get to going around, can you handle jokes? Can you handle being cracked on? Can somebody say something about your shoes and you don't feel super offended? Can they, you know what I mean? Just little stuff like that means a lot. And so the culture I know is there just from seeing these guys interact, which gave me a lot of hope for the season. Like I told them, we're here. We want to see you guys ball. We believe in y'all, and this thing is going to get bigger. There's a lot of other names of very special guys that wanted to be at this event, but just had some things to do. But it's not going to stop. They'll be at the next one. And so
Food good?
that support is going to be great, man.
Food
Food good? Man, I ain't never seen the spread like that in my life. It had the whole pig, the
I know, that
ribs.
was wild.
I was talking. I said, man, y'all kids in heaven. Y'all don't have, man. Florida know how to do it. For the guys, man, they show up and make it happen in a great way. I had never been. I ain't had nothing like that when I was. Well, let me take it back. We had great food. We definitely. It was always a butcher place. They were whipping it up, but just to have it again after so many years. It was the best spread I had since I left Florida. And for them, it was like, we had this all the time. I was like, you guys spoiled, man.
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
Well, great stuff, man. I think that I know everyone enjoyed hearing that. That was a lot of just cool, great insight. Once again, I mean, always getting your perspective as a former player is always fun, but you can relate to them on a different level. What you're looking for, what you're seeing is much different than what if we were to go, right? So
I'm just saying, what was great for me, as much as my voice is out there on social media and the players know me and stuff, I've had a great group of people that were behind me. And there's a great group of people that have done greater than I've done. We're better athletes than I've been at Florida. We're all this, but mentality is one thing. And so when you get all those guys that are coming back and willing to pour into these guys, that means something. That lets you know as a program we're going in the right direction. That lets you know as a program that guys believe in what Billy Napier is doing, and we're willing to risk our time, effort, and energy to come and say, you know what? We believe you guys can get this done. We believe in what's going on here. And you guys have opened up that platform. Napier and the staff have given us this opportunity and liberty and freedom to come back and deposit into these guys. You know what I mean? And uphold the logo. So it's just good to know that these guys believe in it. As a person who's always out front saying stuff, I didn't have to do too much talking at the thing. I wasn't the one talking. It's guys that are greater than me, who played more than me, who you might have seen them in pictures, but we have a good group of guys that are coming back, and more that would love to be back next year and in the future. So I think it's just great going forward, man. And we believe in what Napier is getting done, which means the world to me to have those voices come out. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Good stuff. Well, great stuff, man. A lot of great information. Next Monday, Steve, like I said, we're breaking down film, Bubba. We're in it.
Oh,
we made it. We thought, like I said, we thought we were gonna limp by this Monday. Boy, were we wrong. We
had some practice tape, huh? At least
we had something. We flew through. This Monday was a hot one. It was a spicy one, literally and figuratively. It was a hot one on this beautiful Monday. But boys, another great show. Shout out to Stephen Harris. Shout out to everyone who tuned in today and hung out with us for a little bit over an hour. Always a blast, Steve. Always a good time, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole Gator media sector, independent media guys, man. Congratulations on the weekend, man.
Great event.
Let's continue the great work and pushing, man. Shout out to the Hot Top boys.
Great event. We just got some photos, so we'll be posting those. So we got some professional photos we're excited about. So I'll be posting those on the Bird app here very shortly. I'll send you the photo, Steve. I got a sick photo. I don't
For
know if I
sure.
can post it because it was behind the scenes, but all I can say is the High Top Sports hat was in the Gator locker room.
No.
I swear. I swear. I swear. One of the OGs was in the locker room. That's all I can say for now.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
That's not on the ground
That's dope.
either, okay? I don't want someone threw it there.
Post
Somebody
the picture, man.
on the staff, or not on the staff, associated with the team was repping that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's lit.
I feel it. I feel
That's
where you're
lit.
going.
Good
I
stuff.
feel where you're going.
Y'all be
Yeah.
good. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always. Be safe. We will see y'all Wednesday live at 8:35 unless something absolutely goes bananas. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll just keep the bell turned on. You never know when we're going to get hot and spicy. Y'all be good. Stay safe. Peace
For
and love,
sure.
baby.
It's back. Appreciate you. Lucky Chucky. Major love. FBG 100 Hot Boy.
Spot the ball, boys. Cole Embry.
Okay.
You got to look up Spot the Ball, Bubba. He doesn't know what it is, Steve. You got to dial it in.
It'll be all right. Go get the shirt. It might come with explanation.
That we should have. Y'all be good, baby.